Hello, thank you for stopping by. My name is Becky and this is BecxReadz, and it's time for a holiday smut reading vlog. Today I have picked out, I think, 4 Halloween smut stories to read, and I'm gonna try and read them all in one vlog while I sit here in front of my tree. So I'm gonna leave the lighting very muted for the ambiance sakes. I thought about like putting candles around me and having it be like a seance, but then I remembered that this is an old house and it's cheap rent and I don't want it to burn down. Let me put my glasses back on so I can actually see what the hell I'm reading. Looky there, she can see. I'm gonna take my witch hat off. Don't mind the hair. She's a mess, but I do have my skeleton shirt on. That's as festive as I'm getting for this reading vlog because I want it to be warm and cozy. So, the first book I'm going to read for this reading vlog is Seduced by the Pumpkin Spice Latte. It also is the shortest of the books that I'm going to read at, I believe, 13 pages. So let's get into this and see what it's all about. The publishers are called Industrial Cream Press, so this girl feels about pumpkin spice lattes the way she does about seeing an attractive person. I don't know about you, but I've never had that same feeling when looking at a beverage. She needed to look good for her first pumpkin spice latte. 3 different scarves? Damn, girl, overkill. You couldn't have sex with a Starbucks drink? Oh, girl. In the world of fiction, you can have sex with just about anything. Jesus, Lord almighty, she really is getting turned on by this pumpkin spice. I don't know that you should be putting hot beverages on other parts of your body, babe. That's how you get third-degree burns. You gonna stuff that pumpkin spice latte into your pants? And you're doing this right in a Starbucks. No shame in your game, I guess. Picture this girl getting third-degree burns. If I had seen somebody do that, I'd be like, I'm never visiting this Starbucks again. Like, who's manning the counter if these two are up there with her? You were the only 2 employees there like 2 seconds ago. Stop doing that. Pumpkin spice sexuals. Okay. It's very rare, you don't say. You locked the door to a Starbucks so that she could get her orgasm on? Really? Who's manning the drive-thru? Wow. Wow. Well, that was something. I definitely don't think I could have read more than 13 pages of that because, yeah. Getting aroused by a pumpkin spice latte. I think in my last Halloween smut vlog, which I will link down below, I think that was the first time that I tried a pumpkin spice latte. You can go watch that if you want to know like my thoughts and feelings on pumpkin spice lattes. Let me take a sip of my hot tea though. Yeah, glad I'm not sexually aroused by my hot beverage. Okay, so I would give that like 2 stars. It was something. It was indeed something. The next book I'm gonna read is called Trick by Shay Sanders, and this one has 30 pages, so a little bit longer. I have no idea what this book is about. Not a clue. I was looking for Halloween smut, and I saw this one. Let's get to reading. Okay, I'm on page 16 of 30 right now, and so far this hasn't got a jack shit to do with Halloween. The only thing sort of that's Halloween is it started out on like a hayride to like a haunted house. They were on their first date, and neither of them wanted to be there. So they were going to leave when they started having like this allergic reaction to the hay. And so they go back to her house and they both jump in the shower because they only have one to try and like relieve the itching, and then they get it on. So if this doesn't end up to have anything to do with Halloween, I'm going to be really disappointed. Oh, we got to the Halloween. It takes place on Halloween. That's The connection. That's so lame. They've been fucking for over an hour and 2 pages? Every now and then a dick crosses your path and makes you do things you would never do otherwise. Okay. That wasn't so bad. I would probably give that like a low 3-star rating. So the title trick is that her best friend tricked her into going on this first date with this guy by sending them to a like a hayride, cornfield type Halloween activity, and she is not about that. She is very much a city girl. She doesn't want anything to do with like getting dirty or anything. So her friend tricked her into that, and then he tricked her because he got this cologne that we later find out was a love potion from his neighbor who claims to be a witch. And so they're all hot and horny for one another because he had this cologne on. So that's where the title Trick comes in, and it took place on Halloween. So it wasn't as Halloween as I wanted it to be. There is a sequel to it, but I am not going to read it. The next one I chose to read is the one that I'm supposed to be reading for April and Maggie's Weird Ass Romance Book Club this month. It is Seduced by the Pumpkin King by Melanie Nix. This one has 49 pages. So April's probably going to be really upset with me that I've read this book ahead of time because I think we're supposed to read it all together on sprints, but I needed something to read for this vlog, April, and it's going to come out after the live show. So just pretend that I read it during the live show. Oh, it has content warnings. Okay, content warnings. This book contains sexual content. You don't say. This book is not to be used as an informational guide in any type of sex or sexual education. Well, thanks for the warning. I appreciate it. I think I'm actually going to turn on my text-to-speech.
But when she texted to tell him how excited she was to see him that night, he replied that he was sick.
Ooh, we got some sacrificial stuff going on here. Y'all, I'm only 10 pages in, and this book actually has a plot to it. Well, damn. This pumpkin man is kind of violent. Okay, so I'm halfway through, and I gotta tell you, I am really enjoying this. It actually has a plot. This girl named Katie, she showed up at her boyfriend's house because he claimed he was sick, and he's there screwing another woman, so she throws the soup at him, and she runs to her car and leaves, and she's driving around, and she realizes that she's lost. So she pulls up to like this town that just appears out of nowhere. Red flag number 1. And she finds like everybody in this town is congregated at this church. So she goes in to ask for directions, and they're like, she's gonna be our sacrifice. So she starts running from them, and she's running through this graveyard, and she ends up at the edge of this woods where these people have stopped chasing her, and they're like, you need to be our sacrifice. So she's like, fine, whatever, I'll fucking go into these woods, I'll stay there until these people leave, and then I'll go back to my car. And that is where she meets, she meets the jack-o'-lantern guy, but she also meets like this werewolf creature that's about to attack her when this jack-o'-lantern guy shows up to save her. And that's where I am. I'm really enjoying this. Oh, he lives in a cozy sounding little home. To be his mate. How sweet. He's got vines wrapping around him. Nice. Ooh, we got some kinky vine action. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can take him. That's never a problem. Death by big dick. What a way to go. 2 months later, they're married. I rather enjoyed that story. It didn't have nearly as much smut in it as I was expecting it to, but it had a plot. The characters had chemistry. It was pretty fucking good. And I actually think this is part of a series because it like gave the illusion that there was another book in the series. Maybe I'll check it out. But yeah, that wasn't too bad. I think I would give that 4 stars, honestly. So the last book I'm going to read for this Halloween smut vlog is Trick or Orc by S.J. Sanders. It looks like a super cute little romance. I've really found that I like the sweet orcs, so I'm hoping this is cute. This is the longest book at 151 pages, so I might not give you a lot of updates until I'm like halfway through and then final thoughts. But let's get started on this and see if I enjoyed it. Okay, well, I made it to 48% into this book, and I'm gonna DNF it because I am bored. I am so bored. So basically this is about a 40-year-old woman who has 3 kids, I think. She's divorced. Her ex-husband wants absolutely nothing to do with her and her kids, which is like douchebag material right there. He's got this whole other ass family. And he's like, I don't want anything to do with those kids. Like, he doesn't call them or anything. So she's tired of living in the human world. So her best friend apparently must have come from a previous book. She lives in the Fae world and she is married to an orc. And so when her best friend tells her, hey, I need some help at my new bakery, I'd love to have you come work for me, she finally takes this offer. She moves her and her kids to the Fae realm. And there she meets the baker at her friend's bakery, who is an orc, and he was attracted to her the first moment that he saw her. So this gives me the impression that this is not the first book in this series. But she was married at the time and he didn't want to do anything like that. So in the half of the book, they're attracted to each other. She's already had a sex dream about him. He's interacting with her children because he has no problem being a father to her children. And he's just trying to woo her. So it sounds really sweet. It does. It sounds like something that I should enjoy. But I'm just bored. Nothing much is happening and none of these characters are really sucking me in, so I'm giving up. So that being said, I did read 3 books for this vlog, and if I had to put them in order of which one I liked more, I would say Seduced by the Pumpkin King. I think that was the name of the book. That was my favorite. I gave it 4 stars. After thinking about it for Trick, I'm going to lower my star rating from 3 stars to 2.5. because it was okay, but it was straight up like erotica, pretty much. They pretty much fucked throughout that entire book. And there really wasn't anything else to it. But I did enjoy it more than Seduced by the Pumpkin Spice Latte, which I'm giving 2 stars. I'm standing firm on that 2 stars for that. So that is my rating for this Halloween smut rating vlog. So thank you for watching, and until my next video, go read a smutty Halloween story for me. Bye.